The following is a live presentation from Imagisport, where sports memories are created with a roll of the dice. Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to Imagisport. Derek Jones here with you. Thank you so much for joining me. This is kind of a little bit of a test run of sorts today as I prepare for my main relaunch of the channel on Labor Day, that being on Monday. And I've noticed that Mike from the Sports Time Machine is in the live chat. Thank you, Mike. Hope everything is going well with you. Like I said, this is a little bit of a test run of sorts today, just to make sure that everything is working right. Long story short, in case you weren't aware, the laptop that I usually did these live streams and recordings on, the hard drive on it crashed back in January, and it's taken me this long just to basically get everything on OBS back up to where it's supposed to be in order for me to be able to do these once again. So hopefully this will go off without a hitch. Game I'm going to be playing today is going to be Hockey Blast Express, and I'm in a project right now that I'm almost completed. It's going to be a replay of the 1991 East Coast Hockey League playoffs. I created a homebrew set about 4 or 5 years ago of that season, which you can download for free on the free stuff section in the Play Games website at play.com, 2 A's in the word play, as Alex joins us on the live chat as well. So anyway, where we're at is I'm in the championship series now, and we are at Game 6 between the Cincinnati Cyclones and the Hampton Roads Admirals. So a little bit of a backstory here as far as how my project's going so far. In the first round, Knoxville squeaked by Louisville in 5 games. Cincinnati won over Greensboro. They went the distance as well in 5. The Johnstown Chiefs swept Erie 3 games to nothing. Hampton Roads beat Richmond 3 games to 2. Then in the semifinal round, the Cyclones pretty much crushed the Cherokees of Knoxville 4 games to 1, which was kind of a surprise because Knoxville was by far and away the best regular season team in that season. But Cincinnati's goalie, Wayne Cowley, for some strange reason, kept making key save after key save and basically outdueled Anderson, the Knoxville goaltender. On the other hand, Hampton Roads had no problem with Johnstown. They beat them 4 games to 1 rather handily, which takes us to the finals. And this is actually a pretty close series, which makes sense because in real life only 4 points separated these two teams. Hampton Roads and Cincy are tied at or actually Hampton is up 3 games to 2 right now going into game 6, but it wasn't easy. The Cyclones actually won the first 2 games at Hampton Roads by the scores of 6-2 and 7-4, but then Hampton came back and won games 3 and 4 in Cincinnati by identical 2-1 scores. And then in game 5, they doubled that effort and won 4-2 over the Cyclones. By the way, in real life, Hampton did eventually capture the Riley Cup during that 1991 season. Which takes us now to Game 6 using Hockey Blast Express. So basically this is just a miniaturized quick play version of Play's Hockey Blast, and you'll see it's set up a little bit differently than the full play Hockey Blast is when I go to the scorebug screen here in just a few moments. Basically it's a game played by segments, 4 segments in each period. And so basically, and you'll see as it goes along how we get goals generated and all that. But let's not waste any more time. Let's go down to the rink right now. Like I said, we are in Cincinnati with this, and like I said, not really any lines per se or anything like that. We're just going to go ahead and get started with our first segment of play. And so this one, we're going to be doing a quality check between the two teams, between Cadeau in slot 1 for Cincinnati and McEwen in slot 4 for Hampton Roads. And the quality that we are going to be checking here is the hit quality. Cadeau has it, McEwen does not, so it is going to be a chance for Cincinnati. So we're going to look on the play save for Dave Gagnon. We need a 1, 2, or 3 for him to make the save, and he gets it. So no scoring in the first segment between those two. So we're going to go ahead, and since these two players were checked, we're going to move them to the bottom stacks here. And we're going to go ahead and now enroll for the second segment. And again, it's going to be a 4, and this time we're going to look at Nezio for Cincinnati and Kabat for Hampton Roads. And the quality this time is going to be smart, and they both have it, so they cancel each other out. So we're halfway through period number 1, and there is no score here in game number 6. Once again, Admirals lead at 3-2, so Cincinnati needs a win to force a game 7 in Hampton Roads. All right, another quality check. This time it's going to be Kerr for Cincinnati and Muse for Hampton Roads, checking on power, and they both have it. So no goal in that segment as well. So we'll go ahead and redo the lines here for that. And we're going to go on, and now whenever the red die becomes a 3, that becomes a penalty check. So we're going to be looking at the penalty ratings for both number 5 players, Kaminsky and Kennedy. Kaminsky is the higher penalty rating. So once again, we're going to go on Gagnon's play save. So here we go, 1, 2, or 3, and it's a 4, and Cincinnati draws first blood here with a power play goal to take a 1-0 lead. So let me go ahead and adjust that. So 1-0 Cincinnati here in the first period. So there's a goal finder that we can use here. It's on this chart right here to see who actually scored the goal, and we're going to go with the player with the best shot rating. So that's going to be Marshall. So Chris Marshall with the power play goal there, and it's 1-0 Cincinnati. Now, whenever a goal is scored, you keep in that same segment until a goal is not scored. So we're going to roll again. And this time we are going to check Bob Kennedy, and we're also, now 6 means a choice, so you can basically put it against anybody. So we're just going to pick Boyd here, and we're going to go with Smart, and they both have it, so that's going to end the period. So we have finished 1 period of play here, just like that in Hockey Blast Express, and the score at the end of 1 period is Cincinnati has a 1-0 lead over Hampton Roads. So let me go ahead and swap out the players who were checked, and we're going to go ahead and switch our period here to the second period. All right, so second period going to be underway here. 1-0 Cincinnati. And so again, we're going to go to a penalty check. This time it's going to be Barnett, and a penalty check against Murray Hood. And this time it's Barnett with the higher penalty rating. So Hampton Roads has their first scoring opportunity of the game. Callie has a play save of 2, so he needs a 1 or 2 to make the stop, and he does. And that's what he's been doing all playoffs long, ladies and gentlemen. He's been making key save after key save to keep Cincinnati on this Cinderella run of theirs. So no scoring in that particular segment, and the Cyclones hold on to a 1-0 lead. Next segment coming up, it's back to a quality check. So we're going to go with Daryl Harp here for the Cyclones, and then for the Admirals, it's going to be Billy Nolan. And the quality we're going to go to this time is going to be power. Nolan has it. Harp does not. So once again, Cal is going to be called upon to make a key save here. Can he do it this time? This time he cannot. So Hampton Roads has tied this game up at 1. Let's go ahead and see who the goal is going to go to. It's going to be second best shot rating, and that is going to be Kent Hawley. So Hawley gets the goal to tie things up here. So we're tied at a goal apiece. All right, so let's see how things are going here. Once again, it's going to be a quality check. Harp going up against Kaminsky, and the quality is going to be hit, and they both have it. So that's going to end the segment. So we are halfway through the second period of play. Remember, 4 segments in each period, and score at this point is going to be a 1-1 tie. And checking my camera here, it looks like the camera is working okay. We'll see how it goes after I am done here. Again, it's just a test run just to make sure my settings are okay, so that way my video and that's all right. So if you see anything that's weird, please let me know in the chat or in the comments. All right, so this time the red die is a 6, so we go to the home scoring chance chart, and it's a 63. Home defense stop, breakaway chance, visitor goalie must make a play save. So this time it's going to be Gagnon. He needs to do a 1, 2, or 3, and he does get the glove hand out. No scoring there, and since there wasn't any particular player on the ice that was checked, we do not rotate anybody this time. We're just going to go ahead and go to the next segment. So it's still 1-1, final segment coming up here in period number 2. And again, it's another home scoring chance. This time it's going to be 22. The visitor goalie must make a spec save. So now we go to the spec save column, and this time it's 3.5. So basically you roll a d6 and a decider. So basically I'm going to use the amber die here as my decider. 1, 2, and 3 means a dot. 4, 5, and 6 means not a dot. So let's see what we got here. It doesn't matter because he gets a 1 on the d6, so he makes that spec save as well. And that is it for period number 2. So after 2 periods of play, we are now tied at 1. Once again, remember, Hampton Roads leads this series 3-2. Cincinnati must win in order to force a Game 7. So going to go ahead and switch it now to the 3rd period. So here we go. All comes down to this. Let's see if anybody can prevail here. Quality check this time. It's going to be Chris Marshall for the Cyclones, and we're going to go ahead, and it's going to be a choice for the Cyclones here. Interesting. Not quite sure how we want to do it. We'll go Nolan. Choice is for skill. They both have it, so nothing amounts to that scoring segment. And so we'll go ahead and rotate the players here, and we will roll on. All right, another quality check. This time it's going to be Kraus, and again, it is going to be choice. So let's see here. We'll go ahead and do Holly as well. Looking for smart. Neither one has smart. So again, no scoring in that segment. So we're down to 2 segments left. About 10 minutes to go in regulation. And we are still tied at 1. Of course, we'll go to sudden death overtime if we are tied at the end of this period. All right, another quality check. This time it's Melnick going up against Muse, and we're looking for speed, and they both have it. So once again, no scoring there. Coming down to the final segment here. Period 3, Game 6, 1-1 to score. And again, another quality check. It's going to be Lilly for Cincinnati, Hood for Hampton Roads, looking for power. Lilly has the power. Let's see, can they pull it out? Gagnon needs a 1, 2, or 3 and a play save, and he gets it. And time is going to run out, and ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go to sudden death overtime here in Game 6. So here we are, first overtime. And we're going to go ahead and rotate our guys here. And then we're just going to keep on rolling. And at this point, of course, it's going to be next goal wins. All right, here we go with overtime. We're going to drop the puck here. All right, but this time, this is a 5. Now, the way I play it is there's different play modes that you can have in the Express game. One of them is conservative mode. And usually when I play playoff games like this, I put both teams in conservative mode. And if both teams are in conservative mode, that means anytime a 5 shows up on the red die, that means that 2 segments are basically taken off the clock. So we've basically gone through 10 minutes of play without as much as a goal or even a decent scoring chance. 4 and 1 were the players in question here. So again, I'm just going to rotate these 2 guys as well to change things up a bit. And we're going to go on here. Again, 1-1 tie in overtime. Now we're looking for penalties again. Boy, when a penalty gets called in overtime, that can really dramatically affect things here. Bingham for Hampton Roads. He has a thing of 4, and this is going to be I'm not quite sure what. I really don't want to affect it with any of my decisions, so I am going to re-roll here for the home team to see which one of them is going to get it here. And it's going to be 1. It's going to be Jay Rose. So Bingham's got the better of the penalties. So Cincinnati with a chance to win it. Gagnon needs 1, 2, or 3 to keep this game going, and he does not. And Cincinnati forces a Game 7. So Cincinnati with the power play goal on a controversial call in overtime as P-Jet joins us late. Hope everything's going well with you there, P-Jet. But You just peeked in as Cincinnati in my replay is forced Hampton Roads to a Game 7 in the 1991 ECHL Kelly Cup Finals. Let's see who gets the goal for them. It When you note in overtime, it's going to be the fourth best shot, so it's going to go to Steve Shaughnessy of all people. And that's going to do it. And that is your final in Game 6. So there you have it. That is Hockey Blast Express for you in a nutshell. Like I said, I just wanted to do a short stream today just to make sure that everything's working correctly on my end before going live at 1 o'clock Eastern on Monday with a game of season ticket baseball. I'm doing a 1985 Blue Jays replay, and right now I have set up for the Kansas City Royals and the Toronto Blue Jays to go at it there. So once again, thanks for everyone who jumped on the live chat. Thanks to everyone who will watch this afterwards. And again, if you see anything that you think I need to address, please let me know. Otherwise, hope to see you on Labor Day for some season ticket baseball. Once again, your final here from Cincinnati. Cincinnati evens the Riley Cup Finals at 3 games apiece. They will force a Game 7 in Hampton, and I will probably get that on the channel sometime a little bit later on. Why not? Okay. Final score once again in overtime: the Cincinnati Cyclones 2 and Hampton Road Admirals 1. From all of us here in Imaginasport, this is Derek Jones saying thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and most of all, keep on rolling. We'll see you later.